Hey everyone, I am TH Pine and welcome to Cloud-Knights. What is Cloud-Knights, you ask? I like to call it a Chibi-Knight Weapon-Swinging Simulator, and it will release on the 27th of April, and this is what it looks like. So, the controls of this game are very basic. You have left and right, or A and D, and you swing your weapon. There is no movement key, because you move by swinging your weapon. And, well, basically physics, kind of. Not really physics, but you know what I mean, right? So, and you beat up enemies. And the core gameplay is actually a lot of fun for some reason. I cannot really explain why, but it's freaking satisfying and fun to beat up those guys with those weird controls. Trying to block their attacks, trying to get like above them and get weird combos off, where you hit them multiple times and kill them all, basically. You can see I can pick up items, well, power-ups basically, health, which fills up my health, and blue gems, which give me magic. And when I fill up the magic bar in the upper left, I will activate the special power, which will give me extra damage basically for a few seconds. Let's try to do that. That's not enough yet, but we're getting there. Okay, let's kill him. One more. There we go. Weapon is enlightened. What the fuck? No, that's... I think this control just screwed me over. Ah, that was weird. The controls sometimes are a little weird. Sometimes they don't... Like, they don't properly recognize the key hit. Especially, for example, if you start a new level and you keep the button pressed before it starts, then it will not recognize it. And I think there... I tried to change direction and for some reason it did not recognize it. Let's do the boss battle. Because the boss battle is actually kind of interesting. It's actually the only level so far. Let's take the big weapon. I think that's a good idea against the boss. The boss level is the only level so far where I actually died thanks to the lack of health. Like, all the other levels have so many health drops and so little damage that I never died to damage. I died multiple times in a few levels thanks to falling down, which is pretty dangerous on some levels or some maps. But I never died to health problems, except for the boss level. So we might see me dying here, but it never happened to me in the other campaign maps, that is. Ouch! So yeah, it's not as easy as it seems on the first look, because it's actually kind of tough to keep above your enemy. There we go, lightning sword, bam, critical, bam, bam! Oh, that was good, that was a lot of damage. And some health drops. Oh yeah, I did this earlier with a shorter weapon. Having the long weapon against the boss is actually very important. I got wrecked earlier with a shorter weapon, but the long sword is pretty good. Oh god, I'm stuck. Let me get out of here. Okay, let's see if we can get a few more hits with the lightning sword in. No, we can't. Okay, let's get him over here. And let's collect some power-ups and kill the small guys, maybe, if he lets me. Okay, I take a lot of damage. There we go, some health. Trading with the boss is actually okay, because I can heal up, he can't. So yeah, my biggest complaint with the game so far is, well, there are multiple complaints. Besides the core gameplay being a lot of fun, at least to me, one of the problems is variety, or the lack of. Like, there are only 4 weapons, there could be so much more weapons, it could be way more interesting. Then all the enemies are the same, for some reason. Except for a duel mode, where you're playing against another knight, but he's the same as you as well. So they have 2 character models, Skeleton Knight and regular Knight. And sometimes they have something on their head, or the knight can have a different color, but besides that, yeah, there's not a lot of variety. The levels are a little bit more different to each other, but they're not that crazy either. Like, a few levels are a little interesting, but most of them are kind of just a platform with some things to the left and right. There we go. Killed the boss. Hooray! Main menu. Okay, let's go to the... Yeah, and all the levels are basically the same game mode as well. Like, there is the regular kill X-Dude game mode. Then there is the kill the boss. Okay, that's different. Then there is the protect the purple knight level. Let's do that. For now, we choose this weapon. Okay, so we have to protect him, basically, from the enemies. But it's basically kill all the enemies as well, because like the game ends when you kill all the enemies, and similar to my health situation, I never had the Purple Knight dying. Most of the time he's not dropping below 50% health at the end of the level. He might prove me wrong this time, but I don't expect him to. Like, the enemies are just not dealing enough damage. Yeah, okay, kinda stuck. The weapon actually sucks. It looks cool because it has 2 blades, but it actually is not that great because it makes it really hard to maneuver properly. Okay. Maybe. Okay, they deal some damage, but still, they don't deal a lot of damage. As you can see, he's still like at 85% health or something. I don't see him dying anytime soon. There's only 12 enemies left, so yeah. And the other game mode is Destroy the Skulls, which is basically kill all the enemies as well. Just that it doesn't end after X enemies, it ends after you killed or destroyed X skulls. And those skulls are just things that drop down from the sky as those boxes or chests. And you can just destroy them. So basically your main goal is to destroy the skulls, but to do so you just have to kill all the enemies basically as well. And just have to wait until there are enough skulls so you can destroy them. Because there's no challenge involved in destroying the skull, it's just that you have to wait for them to drop, and so you can kill them, or destroy them. And in the meantime, you have to kill all the enemies. So, all the game modes in the campaign are the same, which is very boring, in my opinion. You can play the campaign as co-op, only local co-op though, which could be a lot of fun potentially, but I did not try it out yet. Because it's local co-op mainly. Okay, he might drop below 50%, but not far below that. As you can see, there's no real risk at losing the Purple Knight here. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's only 5 enemies left, and he's still above 50% HP. And they're not even attacking him right now. This weapon sucks. You get cornered all the time. For some reason. There could be way more weapons that would be really cool, I think. Like, you could make ridiculous weapons. Like, why only have 4 different weapons? You could have a baseball bat and, I don't know, maybe like a really long weapon, like a spear or something. Maybe not a spear, like what's the word? I don't know the word, but like a spear with a thing on top of it. Not sure what's it called. Like a really long weapon. Well, I guess most of the weapons would behave kind of the same, because the only big reason is difference is the length mainly. Well, this one has 2 blades, which makes a difference as well. He actually dropped kind of low, but he wasn't at no risk of dying here, so yeah. Okay, so besides of the campaign mode, which has 4 worlds, there is, and you can play them in 2-player co-op, there is a challenge mode where you can play survival or duel. We will play duel because it's more interesting. So duel is the only way of playing PvP. 2-player duel, it's local again, only local. There's no network, nothing. You have 2 people on 1 keyboard, and that's it. Duel is kind of interesting though, because you're actually on even ground, and the AI is not terrible in this. You might see me lose here. It's not too unlikely. Let's try to focus. So I think there's actually it's actually a shame there's no proper multiplayer mode, like in online multiplayer mode, because I think that the duel mode has actually a really high skill cap, and it's actually very interesting and would be interesting and cool to play competitively 1v1 in like a small league. This could be like a really small competitive game, I think, because the mechanics are great. Like, there is actually a lot of skill involved. It might not look like it is, but there's actually about positioning, and when you spin your sword or your weapon, it's actually quite hard sometimes. And yeah, as I said, a lot of skill involved. And especially if you manage to get combos like this off, then it feels really great. Wow, that was good. That was good. Let's throw him away. Let's see if we can get the high ground. It doesn't look like it. Maybe. No. Okay, he got me. Let's try to not fall off the map. That would be great. Oh, fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck! Okay, that was just me being bad. That was not the game screwing me over, like earlier. I'm not 100% sure if it screwed me over earlier, but I had some troubles with controls sometimes. Most of the time it works, but sometimes it does not recognize that you changed the key, basically. This map is actually one of the more interesting ones, because you can have a hard time not falling down here, especially with the longsword. With this weapon, it's okay, but if you have the longsword, it's kind of hard to maneuver yourself out of that situation when you're getting stuck there. And you fall down very easily. So this is one of the more interesting maps. Trying to win this, but he's actually good at this. Very even fight. I think this weapon is actually the least skillful one, especially if you fight against the same weapon. Like, it's basically kind of random who hits. Probably not. Probably I'm just terrible, but now he's winning. I like the saber. One of the better... Probably my most favorite weapon. Well, actually, no, the axe is cooler. The axe is really good. Bam. Okay. Oh, fuck. Got hit. Trying to block his attack while launching myself into the air, but he doesn't really let me. Oh, god damn it. Bad timing. No! Why is he so much better than me? As I said, the AI is actually not terrible in this game. Even if it makes you think so in the campaign mode. But the campaign is just, the enemies are just really, really weak for some reason. So that's the duel mode. And then there is survival where you just fight waves of enemies. And one more thing, the setting menu is like this. Well, to be fair, there's a Unity, it's a Unity game, so you have a launcher menu where you can go in window mode, full screen, resolution options, and multiple graphical presets. But having sound sliders would be nice anyway. We don't, though. For some reason, like, this looks a lot of like iOS game at some points. For example, you change this by dragging. And the option menu is very mobile as well. I could not find it mobile yet. Maybe it's on iOS. I only checked Android. Not sure. Anyway, the core gameplay is a lot of fun, but there is a lack of content, and for some reason there's a lack of network or online PvP, co-op, whatever. You can only play locally, which is really, really sad in my opinion. This could have been a really fun game. This could have been really, really fun online multiplayer, but it's not, unfortunately. So anyway, the game is fun, so for a few hours. So if you consider picking it up, it's called Cloud Knights. It will release on the 27th on Steam, and the link is in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching, have fun, and see you next time.